Before it was even released, some content creators said the One Ring would be restricted in Vintage. Now, less than 0.5% of decks in Vintage are dedicated ring decks. What happened? Isn't it still good? Let's find out. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers. This is probably going to air after I leave for Prague, but this is my last stream before I head off to Europe to play an Eternal weekend in Prague. So I'm very, very excited for that. Today, we're going to have a little bit of fun on the stream and think about the One Ring. This is a card that burst into Vintage. It was very readily apparent that it could be very strong in Vintage. It's, an extreme card engine with protection that gets cast off Workshop. It came in really hot and then really quickly fizzled out. On Magic Online, the number of dedicated ring decks has basically plummeted to nothing. This is, of course, not counting the best home for ring, which is Coveted Jewel combo shops. I'm talking about like decks built around the ring, whereas Coveted Jewel kind of just seamlessly includes the ring. So like since Lord of the Rings on 6/23, there have only been 66 blue ring decks played, which is only 3% of the metagame. And in the last 45 days, the number of blue ring decks has been 4. So in the last month and a half, there's only been 4 people who played ring decks, equaling 0.5% of the metagame. So really dropped off a cliff. But one of the interesting things I think about the ring is it's not dropped off a cliff everywhere. It's just dropped off a cliff on Magic Online. In Japan, in the paper scene, we are still to this day seeing new and innovative ways to play the One Ring come out of their paper tournaments. So I took one of those lists that recently top-aided the Emperor Vintage tournament in Osaka. And I can't play all the cards in that list because it contains like a Chaos Defiler, but we have some of the random ideas from that deck and a little bit of improvements on my side. But basically the main idea is we're going to use Transmute Artifact to change things into Vault Keys, change Relic of Saurons into rings or into Paradox engines, etc., etc. So it should be a pretty fun event. Should be a lot of fun. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, like I said, Transmute Artifact is a kind of an old crazy card, but basically you pay blue, and then the difference between the artifact you have in play and the artifact you want to get, and you can tutor one. So you can turn a Relic of Sauron into a One Ring using just the blue mana from the Relic of Sauron. It's like the pretty big interaction. The rest of this deck is kind of the classic blue ring workshop shell that, Sean was working on for a little while and a couple other players. So we have enough blue cards here to play Forcible, which will be very helpful, and we'll see how it does today in this tournament. Something YouTube chatters have noticed is that there are, strips of light behind me coming from my window. I'm sorry, I can't really do much about that. I live in this crazy renovated mill complex, and I have extremely large, I don't even know, 15-foot tall windows that are huge, and they actually surround the entirety of my room. So there's really not an angle which I wouldn't have light coming, and they actually come with these crazy, really, really, really nice industrial blinds. So I am not bothered by the light, but I know it is distracting to some people, and all I can do is apologize and say, sorry. See you in round 1. Are you interested in weekly vintage metagame recommendations? Do you want to see your deck list played on my channel? Or maybe you are just looking for the best way to support my vintage content. Make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description below. Let's battle. Okay, here we are, round 1 with our ring deck. I have some Forces, Tinkers, should be good. This is probably not the best Tinker Citadel deck, but again, Tinker Citadel's broken, so shouldn't be a big deal. One thing I don't have in this list that some lists play is Yogg-Will Tendrils. I decided to go with Vault Key Saga. It seemed more natural inclusion. Chrome Box. So our opponent's normally on mono white. Just going to hit this Chrome Box with a negation here. Obviously, it's not a very high value play, but I'm gonna pitch the chain. Sorry, I'm gonna pitch the probe so I can still chain something. But maybe this will keep my opponent from having a white mana, and we'll be in a better spot. Yeah, looks like I actually stopped my opponent from having a white mana to play their creature on turn 1, so a huge win. Any advice on which Bazaar deck do I think is the best position? Yeah, I think it's very clear to me that Dredge is the best position in Bazaar deck because it dodges blue-black, Hull Breacher, not Hull Breacher, Bowmaster. All right, so a well-used negation against mono white. And I actually drew another piece of fast mana, so I can just tinker. Let's get a Citadel going here. I guess theoretically I could get a ring. It's got to be worse than a Citadel, though. Oh, I have a Force on top. So we'll have to see if my opponent has a Cavern follow-up here, which case we'll be in a bad spot. But I guess we still have a chain. A chain's not that good. All right, so Trinisphere off the top for them, not a big deal. Do we want... I think we'll just keep the second Force on top. Draw this Force, and now we're off to the races. We've got a Ruby. We've got a Metamorph. I guess this Metamorph will just be a Ruby, considering it can't be a legend. I mean, it could be a legendary Bolus Citadel, but probably don't want that. All right. So like I said, not the best Citadel, but it did its job. We're going to start getting huge constructs, and we have some forces still. They didn't even have another follow-up land. So basically, this game is a perfect encapsulation of understanding the heuristics that the new mono white initiative deck brings to the format. Almost never in the past would anyone ever tell you to Force of Will, or Force of Negation in this case, a Chrome Mox. That's like just very goes against like the rules of value in Magic. But the way that the mono white deck is positioned, the way the mono white deck is constructed, and the goals of the mono white deck in playing turn 1 creatures at a fast pace, so they have to play Ancient Tombs and Moxen, it makes that deck very weak to taking them off of white mana. And so I won this game entirely because I knew that and negated the Chrome Mox. Whereas if I maybe don't negate the Chrome Mox, I probably really struggle in this game. Probably even losing. So it's I think an interesting and pretty important lesson. All right, so mono white. I am ready for mono white. I have 3 dismembers in my sideboard here. I'm not actually sure how good any of these things are, but we might consider those. Let's see. I don't actually have any Flusterstorms in my deck, which is interesting. The big problem here is I'm going to go down to like 0 blue cards, right? That's a huge issue. Like, let's see. How many blue cards am I even allowed to cut? Looks like I can get away with cutting Misstep Probe. This is probably not a Citadel matchup considering I don't have enough bounces. Like, if I get Null Rotted, it's pretty bad for me. Does Paradox Engine seems like a little win more in this situation? Probably not something I'm interested in doing. I probably want Portal, and I feel like I want maybe all of these. I mean, I'm considering every deck for the Eternal Weekend. I don't currently have this deck put together, but it's something that I could put together. The Sensei's Top is no longer necessary. Portal to Phyrexia is incredible. I'm not sure I agree with you on the map, but maybe it's just too slow. All right, we'll try this. This is cutting the minimal number of blue cards, some of our more clunky artifacts, and bringing in removal and some better tinker targets. This hand is pretty good. Definitely reasonable. Chancellor of the Annex has been revealed, so I can F6. Chancellor is actually really broken here against my hand. I like get my Ruby countered and then make no mana, so. Oh, Chancellor plus Thalia. Yeah, I mean, we need to draw an actual mana, a land, or we're going to be in trouble. Hey, look, Saga saved the day. Everyone say thank you, Saga. So I think we just cycle Lorien Revealed and get another land. I don't think we throw the Ruby into the Chancellor. So I think we'll just cycle and go get another land. Especially if we get Wastelanded, which seems kind of likely, considering my opponent went no land, Thalia. No, what is this? This is a Null Rod? No, I can't play Null Rod. Maybe it is a Null Rod, considering they can't play it. It'd be a pretty weird Null Rod, but I don't really understand what's happening, but that's okay. Do I want an island? No, I think I just want an Underground Sea. Another Ancestral. So here, it's just better to play a Dismember on this at end step, right? Because Dismember costs 2 and gets countered. God damn it. So I just gotta get this Ruby out. I mean, it's not like they're pressuring us. If they had followed up with an initiative creature, things would have been really bad, but we're probably okay. A Thorn seems unlikely. I don't know. Looks like they kept a little bit of a risky hand and got unlucky. Maybe they thought they were really going to be able to use this. Oh, no. They hit the Cavern off the top. All right. This is going to be a Lauren kill my... Oh, it is going to be a Null Rod. Okay. Well, this is a bad part about Saga, is it's going to vanish. But the good part is I actually have a Tolarian Academy to make it, to negate that downside. If we didn't have an Academy, it would be extremely bad for us. But we do. Did we bring in the Needle? We didn't bring in the Needle, right? So I guess we just... I mean, we have only one answer to Null Rod. I guess we'll just take a Manifold Key then. Right. They are not probably playing any more spells for the rest of this game, whereas we are. So I can play a 1-mana Petal, which makes 1 mana, and then I'll have 3 mana, and I can Time Walk. I mean, we're just so far ahead, right? Oh, actually, can we play the Soul Ring too, or no? The Soul Ring costs 2, so we can't play the Soul Ring too. We can Time Walk, though. What if we just Dismember? If we Dismember for 2 mana, then we can just Time Walks 2. I mean, let's just Dismember. I should have just played Dismember first, obviously, because I had this wouldn't have cost mana, but it's okay. Oh, I could have played the Soul Ring. God damn it, Justin. Oh, wait, no, I couldn't play the Soul Ring because it doesn't make mana. All right, fine. All right, slow down, wake up, put some caffeine in. All right. Actually, oh. Okay, so what does this get us? 4 mana. I mean, we should just start with Ancestral, right? Do we need Demonic? I guess I could just Demonic for Chain, and then... Do we win on the spot if I Demonic for Chain? Probably. This makes 4 mana. This makes 4 total mana. Demonic down to 1 blue mana. And then I have 3 mana. I can Soul Ring up to 1 mana. I think I have exactly enough. So if currently I have 4 mana. I Demonic to 2 mana. Chain to 1 mana. And then I have 2 mana, 3 mana, 4 mana, Tinker, Key. So I think we're good here. I guess I could get trapped or something, but yeah, I'm no Sean. I'm gonna put the Time Vault in my deck. I guess they can bounce the key by sacking a land, but feels kind of unlikely. All right. Not bad. Didn't really do any ring things, but we just played normal Tinker and got there. All right. We take those? How many players? 70 players? Wow. 7 rounds today. Last big challenge before Eternal Week in Europe, I guess. All right. Our opponent was last seen a month ago on Beseech. See if that's the case. This hand has got excellent interaction and a really nice way to build up our mana with Soul Ring Ruby, Ancestral, map for Academy, or even Saga. Winter's definitely here, but I was just... Oh. Do I think they swapped to mono white? That would be kind of out of character, wouldn't it? I feel like that'd be kind of out of character. Let me just do a quick check. I think they're probably playing Oops All spells. I'm gonna let this one go. If they pitch a white card, I'll be sad. Fuck. Oh, it's just a Wasteland, Anthalia? Alright, no problem. No problem. Do I want to counter this? I definitely want to counter this. What do I pitch for this? Do I have to pitch Dress Down? I'd like to keep Dress Down, but I can't make blue mana if I get pitched. I just have to pitch Dress Down. It's kind of unfortunate. Dress Down seems really good here. So if I can not use this Lorien revealed, I'll be pretty happy. If I can do something like hit a... So I could technically... Well, I guess I'm going to get Wastelanded if I go for an Academy, right? Meh. I'd love to like keep this Lorien. Maybe I don't need to keep this Lorien revealed. Maybe it'll be fine. Just go get a basic island. Okay. I mean, this ring should be good in this matchup, so. Pretty solid start. Can even make them use Wasteland on Saga. Drew a white plume. All right. Do I save this ring for trap, or is that too greedy? Guess it depends on what we draw. Probably just supposed to jam it. I want to start drawing more cards as soon as possible. Maybe we'll draw another ring. Ooh. Interesting. So I think I just get this Saga Wastelanded. That way I can map for either a second Saga or Academy and make 1,000,000 mana. Trap is target player, yeah. That's true. If I don't play the ring and then they play a second initiative creature, yeah, that is true. I'm pretty sure it's always correct to play the ring there. I just wanted to vocalize the thought process. Sad that I didn't draw a blue card, so I could just like force their next play, but okay, so I mean we're in a great spot. Wouldn't be surprised if we like even won the game on this turn. So this map is what, +0 mana right now? If I activate it for 2 and then I lose an expedition map, I guess it's +1 mana. Kind of depends. I mean, it's probably not even correct to get Academy, right? It might just be correct to get a Saga. I don't know. It depends on what we draw off our ring, right? Oh. Okay. So we can tinker for a Paradox engine, maybe? Is that better? I mean, it might just be tinker for Citadel. Tinker for key. I'm not actually sure what the immediate tinker is here, because we have a Paradox engine, a Citadel, key. Yeah, I mean, we can tinker for an engine and play a Masticore and get a draw 3, for sure. Because I think we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have 5. We have exactly enough to do that. That's probably worth it, right? I have to... I mean, I don't think I need this Expedition map, right? I can just sack it. Let's try it. I don't know if this is actually correct or better than Citadel. Is this actually better than Citadel, though? Well, I need this pedal to cast my Masticore, so... It's true. That's true. They have 10 damage on board. Citadel might not be good enough. It's very true. How much mana do we get back? 3 mana? 3 mana is kind of an awkward amount of mana, right? Because it won't let us play a new ring. Ah, whatever. I mean, it sounds like fun. Let's just do it. Oh, wait. Yeah. No, never mind. Also, if they play a Solitude, we can force it and it can untap as well. I don't need to tap these yet. Oh. They're dead. Wait, this deck's cracked. How does it feel to be dead? Wait, it was so sick. Hold on. This is some screenshot equity, right? Did I ever even post that I was going live? Oh. Are the little arrows new? Yes, they are. It lets it so you can choose which mana sources you use. All right, so mono white again. So we'll just do the same board plan as we did last time. I'd make sure, chat, make sure I restart my Magic Online after this event. I don't know why, but it's lagging like crazy. Just 2, 3, 4. This is what I did last time, right? And then I just took out Probe, Misstep, Citadel, Engine, Map, Top. Is that what we did? Does it make comboing faster? No, it just like, it makes it so like, so if you're a longtime viewer of this channel, you'll remember when we used to play Astrolabe PO. And the big problem with Astrolabe PO was that PO would automatically use my snow mana. And I couldn't get it to not use my snow mana. So this lets you like choose which mana you want to use. Fast Karn. On the play, I would bring in Karn, but on the draw, I would not bring in Karn. I feel like this is what I took out last time. I think maybe one Chain of Vapor is too little, but we'll see how it goes. Mono white. This hand's great. I got a force. I got a way to steal the initiative. No, I have a Chancellor trigger, so I guess I don't have a force. Notable. All right. I see you, opponent. Oh, all right. All right, now we got the good hands. We got the good mono white hands. Not ideal. Oh, God. Are we going to get Archon, too? Cleric. No, we got Archon. I guess it's because it's uncounterable because there's a Chancellor, so they're gonna Cavern on their next play. All right, not bad. So I can play my island and hold up force, but if their next play is uncounterable anyways, then I might as well advance my mana so that I can play a Metamorph, right? Chancellor kind of broken. Yeah, so this Cleric will be a initiative creature uncounterable. Oh, it'll be a Peacekeeper uncounterable. Well, that's not as bad. Though I guess they might just name Metamorph. Probably just named Metamorph, alright? It's my best card here. I feel like my only way to win this game is Vault Key, probably. Alright, they have one card left in hand. Ring. Ooh. And I have the untapped land? Kinda nice. Oh, I forgot! God damn it. It's too late. I think I have to make that play anyways. No, I think I have to make that play anyways, chat. I'm pretty sure I have to make this play. But what else am I going to do? I forgot, but also I'm pretty sure that's the play I make if I sit on it, right? Like, what other play you make here? Wait a turn? That doesn't help. I guess if I play Saga first, it helps. I can cast a Metamorph and play one. Wrong. Try again. I'm pretty sure I'm making that play, though. But this Wasteland seals the game, so I don't think it matters. So I could theoretically have played my Saga tapped instead. Wait, this Manifold's actually sick. Like a play I could have made is played my Saga tapped instead, and then played a thing and played it on the next turn. That's definitely a play I could have made. But I actually think casting the ring there is not that bad. It opens up my Force of Will, right? Like if I play my Saga tapped, I can't Force of Will. So I don't know. Like I'm not really worried about that play. Like obviously I didn't think about it, but I also don't think I'm too worried about it. So we're actually not in a bad spot. Like if they play a Seasoned Dungeoneer here, we have a Force. We have the ability to transmute maybe. All right, I got to stop and think. It does feel like transmute is the way we win this game. But maybe we just pitch the Metamorph because it's so hard to cast. Yeah, it's possible that we were supposed to throw the Force away. Absolutely. It's absolutely. I'm not saying I've been playing this game a little fast and loose. I don't think we've made ideal decisions. But there's an active Cavern, so that's another thing to think about. We can technically cast Metamorph next turn for 2 life, but is that actually good? I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to force this. I take 5. I think I'm supposed to force this pitching Metamorph and just hope if we draw like a little help, we can probably get our way out of this game. Also, we could technically make a blocker if we need to. But yes, I don't think I put a lot of thought into this game, and I probably should have. I agree. Caracas. All right. I mean, they never had an initiative creature. It was just a Peacekeeper, and Peacekeeper is just not it. So it's still winnable game. We do kind of need to draw like an island or a blue Moxen this turn. Because currently we can't cast this Transmute in a meaningful way. What if we draw Tinker and we just hit him with the portal? That'd be sick. It's kind of unfortunate that we don't have... That's a terrible draw, huh? Well, it protects us from Null Rod. We had a lot of really good draws. A ring there would have been pretty incredible too, right? All right, well, we're going to make some choices, and we'll see what happens, because we're going to go to 2, and we theoretically could just get a Black Lotus and transmute for something really strong, right? We also have a draw step as well. Yeah, I haven't decided that yet, but I can't imagine it would be good. Strip mine? Chat. God damn it. All right, so what happens if we make a construct? It's a 2/2. We lose our saga. We say we don't block with a construct. That's not good because there's an Archon in play. We don't block with anything. We go to 2. Just doesn't really work out for us. If only we had a singular Moxit in this game so that I could make a 3/3. The fact that we just don't have another Moxen is actually really, really bad. All right, I think I just take this and try to rip something. Tinker, Ring. A bunch of good hits. Unfortunately, it's kind of narrow hits because of this strip mine and because of this Archon, but... I wonder if this ring play just comes back and bites us, huh? All right, so Tinker, the One Ring. These are probably the best hits. Force of Will. Cool. I die. I think my opponent drew, unfortunately, a little too well here. It's kind of sad because my opponent didn't draw that well, right? They didn't have an initiative creature, but the strip mine off the top to deal with the saga. Because if the saga goes off here, it gets a Black Lotus, and I can do anything I want. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could even like get a Worm Coil Engine. I guess that wouldn't help here with the Archon, but drawing forces there was bad for sure. All right, let's get Karn in on the play. Maybe just take out a negation on the play. All right, let's try this. What do I have? So I have Force, Infinite Moxen plus Saga. Is this one of those Saga gaming hands where we bet it all? We're one blue away from just transmuting to a ring, though. Pretty sure this is a keep. I mean, it instantly wins the game if they don't have a wasteland, and if they have a wasteland, it means they play nothing on turn 1, and we can still draw into a blue mana and transmute into anything. This hand's great. What are you talking about, chat? If this hand isn't good, then you should never play Saga. It's like very fair to say that this hand instantly wins the game if they don't have a wasteland, right? I don't know, man. Like, if I didn't have this pedal, I would not keep this hand, right? But if I didn't have the pedal, I would not keep this hand. Because then it's like a wasteland and I instantly lose the game, right? But because we have this pedal, it means that most of our top decks are actually quite good. Like any blue land top deck is actually good, right? All right. Well, I mean, this means we make constructs, right? So, oh, I guess they can have Lorien uncounterable. Man, Saga's so bad. Saga is just completely unplayable. It's okay. We'll draw blue mana and the game will be saved. It's doomed. The problem is Saga isn't only weak to Wasteland. It's literally weak to every fucking card in the whole game. Oh, now they have Lorien with buyback. This is a Wasteland, chat. Are they gonna buy it back? It's pretty good here. Uncounterable buyback. Come on, opponent. You know you want to. No. Bad. They still have another follow-up? They still have another human follow-up? What? What kind of level are they on, bro? It's okay. We'll draw Tolarian Academy. It's so doomed, man. Just never, ever trust Saga to do anything in your life. It is just a useless card that makes you lose games. If I simply had a basic island, once again, basic island is infinitely better than Urza's Saga. It's so frustrating. We would have just been able to immediately transmute for a ring and win the game on turn 1. Oh, boy. I need to show people. I need to show people how bad Saga is. If I don't do it, then no one will. They'll just keep hearing that it needs to be restricted, that there's no counterplay. If I don't show people how bad it is, they'll never know. Unfortunately, we're gonna run out of Moxen by the time that this Transmute Artifact comes online. I mean, there's a reason that this blue ring deck that Sean doesn't play any Sagas in it. It's because it's just super weak answerable card. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm playing at Eternal Weekend yet. So unfortunately, if they kill my Mana Vault here, even if I draw Transmute, we don't really have any good options, right? Lorien is sick, though, for what it's worth. It's a follow-up Null Rod. I just let this happen, right? Probably not. How do I win the game if I let this happen, though? The problem is my deck hinges entirely on artifacts, right? Like, the One Ring can't be Lorien. Guess we just have to force this. It's kind of unfortunate. Draw ring. We would have... Frustrating game. I don't really think I dislike the way I played it, though. Like, I'm not going to counter one of these Moxen, right? Well, we don't want to draw Tinker. My opponent's going to remove my last artifact. All we want to draw is the One Ring. Though we're almost out of life, so that might not be very good soon either. Okay. Should have developed a clock instead of playing the Lorien over and over again. Well, I mean, this ring would have been a lot better on any of the previous turns, but like at 7 life, this ring is a little bit of a liability, right? If I was a pro, I would have just drawn the Black Lotus on turn 1 and transmuted for it on turn 1. Yeah, that's a huge issue. I don't think we're winning this game for what it's worth. Now I kind of want to draw Tinker. I guess Tinker's not even that good because they just bounce this thing and then kill my portal. I don't think we're going to win the game on the next turn. I think that's the problem. We'd have to draw extremely well, right? Saga is not very good here. So I don't know why you're excited about Saga. The ring was good, though. I think I play the Saga to make them kill it. And then I play the ring and the relic. Do it in this way so that if I draw an ancestral, I can cast it. This runs into Mindbreak Trap or something, but it's fine. Do I keep the other ring? No, right? Because I'd rather have a card now. Well, you don't always take the new one, but I think in this scenario, we do take the new one. Like if I had I have keys in my deck, right? Do I hold this key? Because the Saga doesn't matter, right? Because the Saga doesn't matter because they have a Seasoned Dungeoneer. So construct tokens are never helping me. So if I hold this key, I can get more rings on the next turn. I'm going to hold this key. Saga is once again basically irrelevant here. Looks like they are gonna bounce the thing and kill my Saga, I assume. I mean, if they're smart, they'll just kill my Relic instead of my Saga, right? They should probably also just go down the Lost Well so they can find a Null Rod. Can't win the game if they have a Null Rod, right? But I guess if they go down Forge, they can trap me, and that is 100% lethal. They went down the Lost Well. See what they do. If they top any of these, we lose. Okay, they bottomed. It's good. Still winnable game. Still a winnable game. Hopefully they hit Saga here. Hopefully they just play and hit Saga here. Oh, I guess they get to do this, yeah. Chancellor doesn't do anything. Graveyard. Archon's really bad for me here, too. Peacekeeper? Oh, no. Make my ring cost more? It's a pretty good draw. Oh, wait, they made key cost more. Don't you name the ring here? Am I crazy? Please kill Saga. 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 Please kill. Fuck. All right. Time Vault. Wait. Mystical Tutor Tinker Time Vault? That wins, right? Manifold Key costs 3. Mystical Tutor doesn't win. It doesn't win. It doesn't win. Well, we could go get a portal. We could get a portal, and that will kill off the Seasoned Dungeoneer and the Peacekeeper. Is that good, though? Like, I have to sacrifice either my key or my ring to do that. It feels not good. If we time walk, we get this Urza Saga to fruition, right? I don't know what that gets us, but maybe something. And we can still play the key on this turn. I think Tinker Portal is bad. I think Mystical Time Walk is better. No, so my Manifold Key costs 2 more to play and 2 more to activate. And Mystical Tinker costs 4. So that's all of my mana to play key Mystical Tinker. I don't have any mana left over. I need 3 additional mana to activate my key. So I think I am going to Mystical for Time Walk. Oh, I could get Transmute Artifact. Does that change anything? Transmute Artifact costs 1 less. So if they didn't name Anointed Peacekeeper, I mean, they would have named Key instead, right? All right, I'm gonna get Time Walk. I'm gonna draw Time Walk. I have to find a way to kill my ring, though, chat. I need to find a Tinker or a Transmute still. I have another draw step. It's just Black Lotus. Do I have enough to Lorien after? I don't have enough to Lorien after. Yeah, did I do something wrong? I didn't do anything wrong, right? Guess I just have to do it on the next turn. I have a lot of looks next turn, right? So I go to 1, it's fine. Because I can activate this without taking damage, so. I mean, I think we have a lot of a really high percentage chance of winning from here, right? All right, so first things first, we just activate this ring. Metamorph does it, right? Metamorph does it. So this is enough, and then I have the Black Lotus to activate. Wow, close game. I have just enough lands to use my key. Oh boy. Oh, they should have killed my Saga. Duh. Time Vault Key is pretty absurd, huh? I didn't even get any of my pieces with the Saga. I just drew Time Vault Key. Well, they pitched this, by the way. Oh, the Chancellor, duh. I am kind of getting annoyed about Vault Key existing, honestly. It's been really annoying because it just invalidates so many things. It's like not too good. It's just really annoying, right? Yeah, I guess I can do that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter what I do. I have plenty of time and we're going to get there, so. But yeah, I guess we can dismember this Peacekeeper. I think so too. I'm not sure people would complain as much about Saga if Vault Key didn't exist. It's kind of the most annoying part about Saga, isn't it? Should have done this last turn, so I could have made a construct this turn, but it's fine. I don't think it's like the best 2-card combo. It's fragile, doesn't do very much on its own, but it's just really annoying. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I'm never going to not win this game in 5 minutes and 50 seconds. It's just never going to happen. So like I'm not really worried about it. I'm just clicking things that don't cost me life or do anything stupid. So I don't ever like mess up here. I watched Jarvis lose a infinite turns game on stream, and I'm just not about that life. I am lagging though, like crazy. All right. Good win. I didn't think we were going to win that, so we take those. All right, on to round 3. We're cooking. Oh, looks like... What? This hand slaps. This hand big slaps. Huge. I can cast my Lorien this turn and cast my ring. Should I cast Lorien first? I feel like I should. Try to bait a force or something? Oh, they kind of look like they're F6, though. I'll cast the ring, then. Wait, where's my land drop? Wait. Oh, my workshop's my land drop. Duh. I'm gonna draw 3. Sick. Sweet. I mean, I hope I don't lose this game, but like, it's so good. Workshop. Are they on 8 cast? Patchwork. Okay, can't counter that. The last deck they played said it was 8 cast, so. That's it? That's it? Looks good for us. Oh, I guess we did play a Mana Crypt out. Could be a problem. Give me more, give me more, give me more. Ooh. I want to get a Saga going here. I just want to close this game out. I think I want to hold up double force. So we'll just get a relic in play. That actually gives me hard cast negation. It's kind of sick. Don't think I want to play a ring out here. I think I'd like to hold it for one more turn, right? Get a protection from it. Like a big protection from it and get a bunch more cards on my next turn. I think I want to hold this ring one more turn, right? That makes sense to you, chat? Agree? Agree? Nettle Cyst. I think I'm just going to negate this and just, like, not take 1,000,000 damage. Should I hard cast this thing? I think I'm winning next turn. Definitely possible. Okay, so it is 8 cast. I feel like I just forced this. They never have No Rod in their deck now, so... They have 2 cards left in hand. If they want to force back, that's totally fine. We take 4, 11. We might die. I don't know. I have a mana crypt. I'm at 11. I'm taking 2, taking 5. This is bad, right? Lost 2 flips. So I make a Saga token. I play a new ring. But this mana crypt's an issue. Maybe I should just bounce this mana crypt to my hand. Should I just bounce this ring all the way back too? I gotta think for a second. Maybe I sacrifice a workshop to bounce their patchwork as well. But I'm probably playing a new ring this turn, right? Well, I guess I don't have to worry about the patchwork because I'm going to have a huge construct. I'd like to be able to chain my mana crypt and still chain something of theirs, right? I feel like I don't have to make any decisions. I feel like I can just play a Saga, play a new ring, and then choose to do anything on their turn, right? There's no reason to make this choice now. Well, I guess the reason would maybe be they can just like combo off with thought monitors or something. I don't know. Now I can copy a thought monitor, which is kind of nice. All right, I will bounce my mana crypt now before they have a chance to draw force. Yeah, we could totally sack the Saga on 3 as well, but I don't want to get a mana crypt flip. I kind of want to just not die. And I can make another blocker anyways. Should I draw 1 here? I feel like it's fine to draw 1 here. Oh. That's got to be better, right? I lose my construct token because I made this for no reason, but I can still metamorph this after. Yeah, that's got to be good. Rest in peace, construct token. I just need to take infinite turns, right? I had a fucking ring trigger, chat. Come on now. Come on. Ah. Do I even care about a construct at all? No, right? Because I have another ring trigger. Casting Metamorph on ring gives me a trigger, right? Because or no. How does that work? It doesn't? Oh. Yes? No? Yes? Oh, chat's confused. I'm confused. We go get a key. Pretty sure it does. Try it and see. Based. First, I think I want to just draw a million cards. Oh, there's my time vault. Let's see. I could metamorph my key. And then I won't die, and I just need to get rid of it on the next turn, so we should be fine, right? I guess it doesn't hurt me to just cast Ancestral first. There we go. Guess we can draw a million cards first, too. There's like no chance I die, right? If I take 3 on my next turn from a ring. There should be like no chance I die. I take 3. Yeah, this is fine. All right, go to 2. Draw. Let's make a construct. Let's go get a sapphire top. Sure, top. There's no reason not to draw a million cards. Got a new ring. Play my new ring, and the game is over. All right, cool. This deck is so strong, man. Wow. All right. This is like if Jewel could actually cast its blue spells. It's crazy. All right, Karn is going to be great in this matchup. Hercules should be great in this matchup. They're going to be on my 8-cast list, it looks like. So Patchworks, Lodestone, Metamorphs, Thought Monitors, 6 Forces, Thought Casts, Shadow Spear, Nettle Cysts. Sideboard, they have Hercules Recall. They have triple Mindbreak Trap, Hercules Recall on the sideboard. And Needle, it looks like. I'm not actually sure what we're supposed to take out versus them. Mental Misstep, probably. Well, if they're bringing in Needle, maybe not. Portal looks pretty good. Maybe Mindbreak Trap looks good as well. Is Negation actually good? Negation doesn't actually... I guess it hits Nettle Cyst. I have no idea what I'm actually supposed to take out in this matchup. I really don't know. I feel like Chain is not actually that good. I'd rather just have Hercules, right? Probe. Dress Down looks good. Masticore's probably good. Combo cards are probably good. We have to be careful about getting our ring metamorphed. But maybe we can take out an island here. Expedition map, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd put Lorien Revealed ahead of the One Ring. Already made a whole video on that. It's worse at drawing cards, but it's a better draw spell. It's a better card draw spell. Kind of depends. You have to be a little bit more specific in your terminology there. Let's run like this. I mean, I'm jamming. We're definitely doing the jamming here. Lotus, blue, Soul Ring, Vault 5/6. We are short on getting a ring and a Karn going, but Saga Gamer. The problem is this hand is so weak to Mindbreak Trap, and we didn't know they're bringing in 3 Mindbreak Traps, probably. God, I want to draw Force of Will. Saga Gamer. Does this get us to enough mana, or no? They're F6 again, chat. I can't play around Mindbreak Trap, right? So there's no point. They're F6. Does that mean I just can resolve this Karn and win the game on the spot? All right, I'm down. Oh! Opponent, stop hitting F6. Yo, we can go get a map and go get a Tolarian Academy too. But I also have like mystical. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna plus my Karn. Could have dodged trap by just going Saga Lotus Karn. The problem with that line is we don't if we don't have a Soul Ring Mana Vault, right? If we run into Force, so I don't think it's worth. Why do you? This is a sideboard Karn. I don't think we need a mic. Does it look like we need a lattice for this Karn? Does it look like that's a thing that we need? Not remotely. It's just not. You don't need it. My opponent can't win the game. I just deployed the Karn. The game is over. GG. Okay, yeah, that is a fair point. Of course, we could have played around Mindbreak Trap, but it plays really bad into Force of Will, Force of Negation, so I think I'd rather play into Mindbreak Trap and get my mana deployed, specifically Soul Ring Saga going. All right, my opponent does not have a single follow-up, and their Saga is on suspend. Things look bad for them. I feel like I want to just go get Map Academy, right? Make a construct, get a map, get an academy. 1, 2, 3. Oh, am I actually gonna be short if I do that? 1, 2, 3, because we lose our Lotus. So we actually will be short if we do that. Huh. Wait, no, I won't. 1, 2. Yeah, I will. Oh, I want to make a construct. Is there any way I can do anything like that? Wait, what about like One Ring Mystical Time Walk? I'm still short on mana. I'm actually 1 short on mana. Wait, does this also still... No, this is fine. So I have my ring. Should go get an ancestral, right? Probably. You probably don't need to get an ancestral, but it sounded like fun. I think my... Oh, I have protection? From everything. All right. Never mind. It was a bad play, chat. Should not have done that. Protection includes protection from myself, which is sad, I guess. I don't know, man. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I could have done it with protection on the stack. True. True. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to make this play. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to get Tinker. But it just seemed like it would be fun. It's fine. 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 If my opponent gets a needle and names ring, though, it's actually kind of annoying, isn't it? I guess it's not really annoying. It doesn't really. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. The game is definitely over on turn 1 when I cast Karn the Great Creator. So. I know. I made my opponent's deck. It does not beat a Karn the Great Creator. They can get Workshop Nettle Cyst, to be fair, but then I can, like, if they don't needle Karn, then I can turn the Nettle Cyst into a creature. They named Urza's Saga? Bold. So bold. That is not what I would have named. Maybe they're hoping we kill ourselves with the ring here. Hey, there's my Force of Will. All right, let's go find a key. And then draw. And then I guess we'll just take infinite turns then. Boo. What if we ancestral first for fun? And then we transmute this into a time vault. Pay 1. Cool. GG's. GG's. Attack with my Karn token, or my ring. Yeah, I mean, the card in the sideboard. Big game against the artifact deck. All right, here we go. 4th round out of 7 rounds. We're up against P9. I assume they're on Beseech. That seems like the most P9 deck right now. This hand has turn 1 Tinker off of Expedition Map, a classic. Let's go get one of them Bolas Citadels. How about we do that? Let me just invest like 3 cards, 5 cards to get a Citadel in play, probably. Force pitching force. That's a good sign. All right, I have a Citadel. I have a ring. You love to see it. Ruby, Mana Vault. Draw a card. Key. Do I cast this? feel like I do. Go to 8. Oh. I don't have a blue mana to untap though, right? So I could just untap the ring and draw another cards. I go to 6 on my next turn. It's probably fine. Hey, look, a blue mana. So next turn I can mystical for tinker away my ring and win. Should I go to 4 then and cast this relic? Oh, I can't tinker. Okay, so I need to I mean, I can transmute. It's the same thing. It's fine. I have more tinkers. So I can go to 4 and I can go to 2. Yeah, that's fine. We can just cast this then. And then we'll just transmute the ring into a time bomb. I guess I could just do it now. Whatever. It's fine. I guess I should draw cards first. Woo! Pew, pew, pew. Nice turn 1 win. I'll just play a Saga out and not show them any more cards. Cool. I am the more powerful Tinker Wizard. All right, all we know is my opponent had Forcible Pitch, Force of Will, and their prior history. Even bad Citadel decks are still Citadel decks. That's what I'm trying to tell people. All right, I'm going to bring in a Karn, and I'm going to bring in Mindbreak Traps. And maybe we bring in a Needle. I don't really know. Like, I'm supposed to bring in, like, Needle in these Saga Mirrors, but, like, the Saga tokens are just so irrelevant, right? Like, the real thing that matters is just ringing them. I feel like we don't need an Argentum Masticore here. Maybe we want to have a Hercules. Maybe we don't. I don't know. I just feel like we don't need, like, answers. Maybe that's silly, but this feels like not worth. I'll leave in a chain. Maybe I'll play a Hercules so I have an answer for stuff. Maybe I'll play a Hercules instead of a chain. I don't know. I just don't want to play answers. I just want to play the good cards. Maybe I could take out an island. Probably could take out an island. Wait, to be fair, we still don't know what deck our opponent's on. I just think they're going to be on a Tinker deck. I kind of think they're going to be on Beseech. I know they've been working on Beseech. Okay, sorry. I was lost in the sauce. Looks fine. A Mox really accelerates this hand. Nope. It was subpar sauce. We could just die like we did, but I don't know. This hand has enough cards that I think are probably decent in the matchup that it's worth considering. We have a pretty quick turn, turn 3 kill. If we probe into force, we're actually in a really good spot. This was a mulligan? I don't think so. Like, you want to have force, but you can't just like mulligan to force every game. And on the play, if my opponent keeps like flusters and stuff, like force gets worse, and like this hand is actually really good against fluster. I guess drawing a single Moxen makes this hand very good. Drawing a single force makes this hand very good. So we have like really like a large amount of good draws. So I'd like to look at my opponent's hand. We'll see if they let us. They did. So they have Black Lotus, Negation, Flusterstorm, Yogwill, Brainstorm, Dress Down. I feel like that's pretty good for us. We do need to draw counter magic to get this Time Vault through, but I mean they have a lot of powerful cards though. If we negate my Time Vault, I can just get it back with Karn later too. Their hand's pretty interesting. I'm surprised they chose not to play out the Black Lotus. Is there like a compelling reason not to play Black Lotus out and hold open hard cast negation fluster? Like you're never shuffling away the Black Lotus. I feel like I would have played the Black Lotus out. Yeah, they're probably a Tendrils deck, so that's a compelling reason not to play Black Lotus. You get extra storm, but I don't know. Like, isn't holding up Negation Flusterstorm more powerful than that? I guess you are already holding up a Negation Flusterstorm just by having a blue card, so maybe that doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe they're not like ever really allowed to negation off of Lotus because they need Lotus to cast Beseech. So they're gonna draw and draw a card back. Black Lotus. I mean, we're in a pretty bad spot, I guess, if they draw into action. They have Flusterstorm backup for this. It's kind of crazy, right? All right. Yeah, I can't imagine we ever win this game. Our hand is just like infinitely worse than my opponent's hand, right? Maybe we can. I mean, we could like. Again, we didn't know their deck. I could have mulliganed harder, but honestly, any hand where I have force is worse than this hand because they have Flusterstorm, right? And they always have Flusterstorm open. Like, unless I have a hand that's like significant fast mana. I guess like a hand that goes like turn 1 ring, forces a counter, and then turn 2 Karn or something maybe. I don't know. I do know we're probably dead here. We still have to fight through Negation Fluster, and they have a backup plan with Yogwill. Like, they'll probably find Ritual Loot. Like, I don't know how we can really push forward from this. Even if we had a force, it wouldn't really help us because they have Fluster. Our best draw is probably like Mana Crypt, cast Karn, get it countered. Hope they don't kill us on tap and Vault Key. That's not even like a very viable line. This is why I didn't want to bring in Hercules. It just looks terrible. I'm gonna take that back out. I think having answers is like really bad in this matchup. This matchup is all about presenting threats. They're playing an all-in combo deck. We're playing less of an all-in combo deck than they are, but it's kind of all-in in similar ways. All right, time for them to pitch some cards. I guess if they pitch Dress Down, there's theoretically a world where we can win with constructs, but that doesn't even seem very likely. Because we can't make constructs unless we draw a Moxen, and we can't really protect ourselves either. Looks pretty bad. Thanks. All right, my opponent did pitch Dress Down. They also pitched Mox and Soul Ring. But I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to kill them with constructs because we're going to die. We did draw the Force. That's got to be high on our list of best draws. So do we just deploy the Time Vault and get it negated? The problem is they have negation and Flusterstorm, right? And we know they have negation and Flusterstorm. So no matter what, they just have us covered in every angle. Because if we force on their turn, they're going to have Flusterstorm back up probably. I guess theoretically, I could just Hercules recall them. Upkeep Hercules recall. Buy 1 mana, turn off the Academy. They pitched Soul Ring Mox. That's kind of compelling. I don't know if that'll be enough, but it feels like a line that at least makes some sense. If they fluster, it's still good for us, because then we can force, because they have negation. Weird spot. Weird, very odd spot. That'd be a really cool way to win, though. All right, I think I'm going to do it. Hercules recall, target you. You could just fluster off Academy. But again, if I get a Flusterstorm off of this Hercules, it's a huge win, right? What can you really use with this floating mana? Nothing, right? This is a weird play, but I feel like it makes a lot of sense. If somehow I can get them to tap out on this turn, then we have a avenue to maybe win with Vault Key. We would have to draw mana, but it feels like at least some kind of way out of the situation. The only reason I'm doing this, I think, is because they pitched Emerald Soul Ring. It makes me think that they kept, like, Dark Ritual Beseech, right? So they're going to use the Mana Vault to Lorien Revealed, and they're going to activate... Oh, no, they're not. There's... Okay. That's probably bad for me because it offsets the whole thing that I was trying to do. Because now they just have an additional land. So I don't think I was able to accomplish what I was looking to do. I do have mind break traps, right? So I could draw into those off the top. Dark Ritual. I have Mental Misstep as well, so I should probably draw now. Looks like I just get eaten alive by Fluster, and they just kill me with a Beseech here. Interesting. That can brick because we made them play another land drop. And they'll be tapped out, so it's better to hold my force. Okay. It's not ideal. I'd have to really luck sack my way through this game because I know I have a Sensei Stop on top. I guess I could cycle away the Sensei Stop with a Lorien revealed, getting another Underground Sea, get a key, and then I can Ancestral into double mana of Moxen. Is that actually any better than just drawing the Sensei's Top, floating 2 mana, and then just Ancestraling? I draw one more card and I lose 1 mana. It's probably worse. We know they have at least a force. Unfortunately, they drew 3 cards off of the Citadel. Cycle. Okay. Pass. If they only have 1 force, we can win this. So like I think it's better to just draw this top and float a mana than it is to cycle Lorien. Yeah. Is there any world where I just get Black Lotus and just jam Karn? They have a Yogwill in their yard, which can get them Dark Ritual Beseech. So no. Though I could, if I resolve a Karn and I hit them with a Tormod's Crypt, that might actually be better. So I get a Black Lotus, I cast a Karn, they force it, I respond with Ancestral Recall. If Karn resolves, I Tormod's Crypt them, or I play a Tormod's Crypt, I guess. I don't use the Tormod's Crypt. If I'm going to do it that way, there's no reason not to Ancestral right now and give myself more information, right? They could also have a counter on top of the library. I'm actually kind of liking this Lotus Karn line. It actually covers a lot of what's going on. They're at 6 life. I take away their Yogwill line. I take away their artifact line. That might just be sick. I'm kind of surprised my opponent went Tinker. Was there any other way for them to play that out? I feel like there had to be other ways to play that out. Oh, they had Fluster on the top of the library. Whew. Okay. So now I'm forced into the Karn line, right? Looks like it. Is it better to get a Lotus or is it better to get a Mana Crypt? It's probably better to get a Mana Crypt, right? Mana Vault, I'm sorry, not Mana Crypt. All right, so they at least have a negation in their hand. We do know a couple of their other cards. Negation pitching Flusterstorm, Force pitching Lorien. Does this Karn resolve? Better to Island Cycle for the extra land. Yeah. Yeah, it was. For sure. All right, there's no reason for me to use this Tormod's Crypt, right? I should go look at a deck list and see if they have Delve spells. I probably want the land more than I want a blue card in hand. No. No Delve spells, just Yogwill. Okay, I'm just going to hold this Crypt then. All right, I mean, I took out their lines from their hand. They have a Citadel, but they have no way to make artifacts do stuff. I think we may have just stabilized. Obviously, the Citadel can crank off a bunch of zeros off the top, give them a ton of mana, and put me in a bad spot, but... Black, demonic, chain. All right, well, I mean, if they have black, demonic chain, like, what am I really going to do? Ancestral off the top. Dark Ritual off the top. Dark Ritual off the top. Okay. Just like Natty Tendrils me or something. Guess that'll do it. Pretty close game, all things considered, for how badly we started. They have Urza Saga tokens, and they have Vault Key, Citadel, and Tendrils. It should be around 100. A bit over 100 should be. They could also have sideboard 3-drops like Opposition Agent and Hold Breacher. We don't have anything in play that we can stand up and kill them with, which is unfortunate. Could maybe play this top. What do you think they demonic for? Because they didn't demonic for Dark Ritual, Ancestral. Those were all just off the top. Do they just demonic for Yogwill? Or sorry, for Tendrils? Just go for a natty Tendrils? But then they can't win with Tendrils because I have a Tormod script in play. Well, I'm pretty sure there's already pre-sales. So I forget what the pre-sales are at right now, but pretty sure it's already close to 100 or over 100 already, so. Does gain them a bunch of life. It is true. Eternal Weekend Vintage has 92 places left, and I believe it started at 200, so there's already 108 players. Saga Gaming. Nine mana. Time Walk. Okay. I guess I will lose this deck construct tokens. That's pretty funny. Alright. Exile your graveyard. Gets most of it. Gonna F6. Now I definitely wish I kept in my negation. Or my dress down. Oh, Beseech off the remaining mana. Wow. Sacking Manifold Key. Oh, they actually have a Storm Kill. So they did DT for Beseech, maybe. Pretty crazy. They just the demonic tutor shuffling them into Dark Ritual, Ancestral was really bad for me. For anyone keeping track at home. Oh, I should be bringing in this Cage for sure. Obviously, I'm a Citadel deck, so it's bad, but it's fine. I don't know what they demonics for. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea what they demonics for. Weird game though. The Hurkyl's Recall was actually kind of good. That was funny. But I think in general, I don't want the Hurkyl's Recall on my deck. Construct tokens I should be able to beat with the ring. Just gonna bring in this Cage. That's another thing I can get off of Saga. No, Ancestral Recall was off the top of the library. I have no idea what they did. I mean, they could have DT'd for like a chain or something, and then eventually, like, because they hit Dark Ritual, then they just turned into a Storm Kill instead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, we almost came back. Karn, 1 fast mana. I feel like knowing they're on Beseech makes this hand a lot worse, right? Just doesn't look like this is going to make it. Put a mulligan this hand. This hand I'll keep. Put the second ring on the bottom. Ooh. Maybe it's put Tinker on the bottom. It might be put Tinker on the bottom. This hand is like really awkward, actually. It's good, but it's not that good, right? I don't have any counter magic in my hand. I think this is a put Tinker on the bottom moment, which is kind of an interesting decision, but like I could just like play a ring, resolve a ring, draw a card, and then instantly die, right? Obviously they can't tendrils through the ring, but there's so many other ways to kill through the ring protection. The ring protection is not very relevant. All right. Well, I wish I had my Tinker back. See what my opponent's got for us. If they just turn 1 us, then we just die, right? Not much I can do about it. Hopefully we can start drawing into counter magic. Underground Sea. Dark Ritual. Necro. All right. That's a little bit of a better draw spell than mine. Theoretically. No shot? Are you sure? This thing's going to draw 10 this turn. I'd rather be drawing with the ring. I don't think I agree with you. Chat seems to agree with you. I'm only drawing 3 cards off this. It's just an Ancestral Recall. My opponent's drawing 10 and then has the ability to kill me on the next turn. Really? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'd rather be on the Necro side of this. Yeah, but does using the turn cards the turn matter? I would rather just like set up a guaranteed kill, right? Of course, the longer the game goes, the better the ring will be, but like, the game shouldn't last more than 1 more turn on either side. I think we're gonna lose this game pretty badly, if I had to guess. If I had, instead of drawn an island, drawn a force, then we would be in much better shape, but I'm not that lucky. Yeah, sure, they have to discard down to 7. I get that, but I don't think that matters very much. I'm drawing 7? You don't know that? I'm probably drawing 3. How am I drawing 7? It's not easy for me to put Ancestral on the stack and resolve it. And like I have to play an island and like, I don't know, man. Oh, they did bring in Opposition Agent. Interesting. I mean, we have to draw a force, right? Like, that's a thing that has to happen. I don't know why y'all think we're just going to draw a force. Why do you think we're going to draw a force? why would that happen? I guess we just play Island Ancestral, right? Chat's just like, you're always going to draw a force. Oh, if they didn't draw force, they die here, right? Because we have just enough. They drew 14. We drew 3. They didn't draw force? What is happening? I think both players just got super unlucky, didn't they? That's crazy. Oh, well, I guess we win. Need to find a way to actually kill them now. See what their hand was. Time Walk, Dark Ritual, Tinker, Beseech, Lotus, Saga. I guess that makes sense. Toying with them. I'm trying to get a creature in play. Oh, I guess I can hit them from 10. Yeah, that's fine. I want to kill them with my ring, so. No, this is faster. Why no lattice? Why would you play a lattice? It doesn't matter. It's useless. I don't need a lattice. Ah, GG. GG. All right, here we go. Round 5 of 7 against Unlucky Monkey, the Jeskai / Control Mage Master. Probably on some kind of Lurrus deck, either Jeskai or a 4-color Questing Druid. They don't usually play Collector Roofs, though, so that should be nice. That'll give us some leeway. I like this hand. They are on Lurrus. This hand actually holds up turn 1 negation, doesn't it? play a relic, use the relic to play a key, untap the relic with key, play a pedal, hold open negation. Not that negation is very good against my opponent's deck anyways, but could hit like a Lotus or something. How many oofs have we played today? We have not played against any oof decks, which is probably why we are doing the winning. Yeah, 4 Questing Druid, 2 Ragavans, Snapcaster, Swords, Expressive, Force, 4th Aolingas, Dress Downs, a lot of Dress Downs. Okay. One problem with playing out everything to hold up negation is that we lose cards that we can loot, but it's fine. Opponent is debating whether to counter Relic of Sauron. They should be on 6 forces. The debate rages. If they counter this now when I top deck the Time Vault, they're doomed. Probably not. They're going to force it. Pitching Spell Pierce. Kind of like that play. I guess I'll cast Petal to represent something. No. You wouldn't counter it? I think I would counter it. Card's pretty broken. Look at it. It's a Relic of Sauron. You know how powerful Sauron is? That guy's super powerful. Monkey? Monkey. All right. Monkey could be good here. Time Vaults? Unlucky. Oh, I guess I should have played... Yeah, I kind of want to not use my pedal if I can help it. All right, well, I mean, we have the ability to draw into... we have the ability to draw into Transmute as well. Though this Ragavan could just ruin our day for sure. We have lots of powerful cards still in our deck. Could just take my Time Vault too. Workshop on top. That's a good hit for us. Weird looking treasure token. Guess that's Jurassic Park. Yep. All right. So they are playing Questing Druid, Lurrus control. Pass the turn, 2 cards in hand. Didn't buy Lurrus to their hand. Time Vault. Upkeep Wear Tear. Upkeep Seek the Beast. This seems like a pretty straightforward negation, right? Time Vault. Black Lotus. Man, if we drew like a ring there, would be GG probably. They'll probably hit my ring here. I broke my my microphone protector here. And they had expressive iteration. My opponent's too strong. Yeah, all right. I think this game is pretty lost now, unfortunately. Monkey broken. No, that's not the conclusion I would draw from this game. People have such weird ideas. Ragavan is very, very bad at Vintage. Agreed. They have a million mana, though. They can do whatever they want. Ruby, that's a good hit for us. Not a good hand to keep in conclusion. No, I would keep this hand again. It just lost. Sometimes you keep a hand and they lose. I don't think this hand was a bad keep. My opponent did correctly evaluate that they were supposed to force my relic. But like also I had the ability to top deck into multiple. I had multiple turns of the ability to top deck without my opponent having any counter magic, and I just didn't. Relic resolves. This game looks really different. I start using the relic to draw, loot away my bad cards. Props to my opponent for correctly evaluating that relic was a good counter. Sweet. Welcome team. Land off of their Questing Druid. I like my opponent's deck a lot better than some of their previous decks, though. This Questing Druid is really going to help close this game out. Welcome, new viewers. We are currently in a 7-round Vintage Challenge, 70 players. We are 4-0 with a One Ring Transmute Artifact deck. We're playing against the very powerful Unlucky Monkey. 5-color mana base connoisseur, master of the control deck. Should be very challenging. We are very behind in this game, unfortunately. Opponent countered our turn 1 Relic of Sauron, and it was tough sailing from there. Is there a vintage version of Miracle Grow? I guess that's kind of what we're playing against. Sure. Questing Druid is not like amazing because of its Miracle Grow, though. It's amazing because it's a 1 colorless red draw spell. In my opinion. But I like that it helps close out games, so. My opponent still only has 2 cards in hand. So, like, it's not super likely that they have a counter spell. So if we draw a ring, I think we're still winning this game. Yep, I'll be in Prague. I legitimately think if we draw a ring and resolve it right now, we probably are extremely favored to win. But we just can't seem to draw anything. It's crazy because like the top of our deck has been really bad, even the cards that we haven't gotten. Because the monkey has stolen multiple dead draws. Workshop, Ruby. Our top of our deck was just atrocious in this game. Kind of looks like even if we had resolved Relic of Sauron, we wouldn't have made it through. That's what you get when you play this kind of deck, right? It doesn't have things that smooth the deck over. You just have to draw your good cards. Is Prague going to be streamed? Don't think so. Thanks for the resub, Van. I mean, Time Walk would have been Time Walk. It's fine. I'm sure my opponent is going to hit a ring before I hit a ring. Yeah, I have Tolarian Academy on top. It's crazy that this mana base has Wastelands in it, but I guess that's the power of Lorien Revealed Ragavan, huh? Did they hit another Seek the Beast? Are they finally going to get the Lurrus into hand just for damage? If this was the plan, you could have probably done this pre-combat to get an extra damage in. Don't know if that matters much when you could like hold open the mana to play something off of Ragavan. Do I assume that my workshop gets wastelanded? Or maybe nothing gets wastelanded? I guess if we're not getting wastelanded, we're getting hardcast forced. Still think if we resolve a ring on this turn, we are winning. The game does not want me to win, chat. Bouncing a Questing Druid is not a good play. Maybe they'll play a ring and we can bounce their ring. 3, 8. I'm almost dead, though, so I guess it's not happening. I mean, like I said, the top of our deck was not kind to either of us here, so I am going to have to bounce this Questing Druid, it looks like. Three, 7, 9. They know about Lotus. They don't know about Crypt. They could also just hold the Wasteland thinking we can draw Saga, chat. I'm pretty sure holding Wasteland is just correct. Dress down. It's just to get lethal. It's fine. All right, so we don't die. That's always nice. But they get a new Seek the Beast, so I can't imagine we can beat that. They don't steal a Ragavan this turn. That's nice. But they have like infinite mana and a new Seek the Beast, so don't think we're gonna be able to resolve a spell here. I'd like be worried about still getting lethaled, right? They hit a Snapcaster Mage. I'm pretty sure they can just make enough +1/+1s to kill me. Oh, I guess if there's a dress down in play, that can't happen. Okay. Though Snapcaster Mage with the dress down in play is not exactly good. So I think they have Force of Will in their hand. Drew Saga. All right. Well, we tried our best. Yeah, maybe Bouncing Lurrus. I forgot about Dress Down, making it so they can't pump anymore. So yeah, Bouncing Lurrus is probably better. We just simply had no cards on the top of our top 20 cards that did anything. It's crazy. And our opponent helped us dig through them with a Ragavan. Okay, so we're playing against Questing Druid deck. They can bring in a 4th Wasteland, Prismatic Ending, Pyroblast, Lavinia, and 2 Wear Tear and 2 more Negation. Well, yeah, I mean, of course we're going to survive many turns. My opponent's deck doesn't really close fast. That's kind of the whole point of the deck. Do we even have things to, like, bring in here? I guess we just play Dismembers. I don't even know if I want to. Tinker Sphinx seems good against them. Does it? I guess if they simply bring in, like, nothing. I don't know. I just don't think you can resolve a Tinker is the real problem. Like, what's the percentage chance you actually resolve a Tinker? It's got to be fairly low. My opponent's going to have, like, 8 forces. Stress down looks, like, pretty bad. I wonder if I actually bring in Portal as well. They have a single Lavinia in their 75. Actually, maybe I just bring in a bunch of stupid fatties. I don't know. I feel like I don't want Dismember. No graveyard hate needed? I don't really think so. It's not really the axis that matters. Like, I don't want this chain either. I mean, we can just bring in a Soul Guide Lantern. This doesn't really cost us very much because negation is basically terrible as well. Though we've cut a lot of blue cards here. Might just need to bring this back in. I don't know. This matchup seems very, very bad for us, if I had to guess. My opponent just has too much permission for us to, like, really grind through. The good news is they don't have Collect Roof in their deck. Dismember is good? I don't think so. Their creatures aren't really worth dismembering. Like, I would rather just not draw a Dismember, right? I don't think Dismember really does what we want in this matchup. If they had Collect Roofs in their deck, then I would definitely bring in Dismember. But my opponent doesn't play Collect Roofs ever. That's not how they play their game. So I also know that my opponent is likely to keep basically any 7 They don't really like mulligan to have counter magic or anything like that. So we have to keep that in mind. But they do probably have 8 forces at this point. Saga Gaming plus map plus ring. This is probably a keep. We need to answer Lurrus. I don't agree with that statement. I think that's misevaluating how this game is going to play out. If we get Lurrus, if we're at the point where we're getting Lurrus, we've already lost the game. So we don't actually need to beat Lurrus. We just need to beat them before we're at the point where we're losing to Lurrus. Did I do 61? My bad. I was trying to explain our game plan. I'm gonna get a map out, and I'm gonna play this map pedal just in case they turn 1 Lavinia on me. Oh, opponent had 61. You pretty sure you tossed this hand? I think that's like a again, I think that's like a misevaluation of like what's going to happen in these games. Like a Saga, having a double Saga draw against my opponent's deck that relies entirely on Wasteland to deal with it. I guess they have Dress Down, but like mostly revolves around Wasteland to deal with it is like probably far too greedy. There's no point in bringing in Wormcoil. I disagree. I don't think you need Dismember to make Wormcoil good in the matchup where your opponent cannot kill your Wormcoil. Basic Island key. So the problem with Basic Island is I don't get to play Vamp, but the problem with Vamp is I don't know. I'd like to try to just Vamp for a Vault Key and have it come in, but it's going to be very hard to do that. This Lotus Petal not being an actual Moxen has got pretty high consequences. Them fetching now means we're getting Ancestral in our upkeep, does it not? It's not ideal. Could I just like correct my map for a... Oh, that is very interesting. Now I can Vamp end of turn for a Time Vault as well. That's so good. That draw is insane. Because now I can get this countered and then Vamp for a Time Vault. Whatever. They have a Spell Pierce. They have a Spell Pierce. I don't care. I'm going to play it. They have what? 1 Spell Pierce in their deck? It's fine. Thanks for the Prime. Appreciate it. This feels like a much better spot than our last game, mostly because we had like 2 pieces of things that needed to be countered instead of 1 piece that needed to be countered. Opponent seriously considering letting the ring resolve. And so, I mean, assume there's Ancestral, right? Yeah, this was pretty telegraphed from the moment this happened. I don't have a Mental Misstep, so yeah. Well, I mean, if they had a Pierce, they had a Pierce. Like, that's fine. Like, sometimes you lose. It's okay. All right, negation, pitching, Preordain. That's fine. Pass. Unfortunately, like, my opponent's deck is like a 6 out of 10 when it doesn't have Ancestral and like a 9 out of 10 when it does have Ancestral or something. Or like shift those numbers up and down 3 places. And so unfortunately, them having access to Ancestral makes this going to be very challenging. I mean, am I just jamming this Vampiric? Does it really get better from here? They have 1 Spell Pierce in their deck, 0 Flusterstorms. Plus Mental Misstep if they kept Mental Misstep in. Yeah, this doesn't get better. Make sure I play this land out so I don't get this thing Spell Pierce. I guess they would have just Spell Pierce before, but... Got a second force? Oh, they have a Wear Tear, maybe. Wear Tear's really good here. Dig? Must be Dig, right? They have 8 forces in their deck. It's pretty hard for that to miss. Could miss, though. This matchup just seems basically atrocious. My opponent is a true control deck with 8 Force of Wills, multiple pieces of interaction, Spell Pierces, and they resolved Ancestral against our all-in Workshop combo deck. It's pretty stylistically bad. It could be a lot worse if my opponent played like No Rods or Collector Roofs in their deck, but just because it can get worse doesn't mean it's not already bad. I assume this is getting countered, or my opponent would have already conceded. Yep, Force Pitch Stress down. All right, I already played my land drop this turn, so next turn I can map for a Saga. I actually have no way to get Volkey anymore because I'm not playing a Yagwell. And I don't have the Karn in the deck. So they've countered my One Ring and my Time Vault, and pretty much just the game is over. We will win with Saga easy peasy. Yeah, that is not something I would say we are going to do, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. I forgot that Wear Tear also kills Saga, so like, I guess they don't have a white source yet, but anyways. Best draw is a new ring. Great. This is the brutal part of this matchup where I have to sit here because I can't concede, but I've already lost the game. So they have 4 Wastelands left in their deck. They have 1 Dress Down, 2 Wear Tear. White gives them mana for Wear Tear. They can actually do Entwined Wear Tear or Fused or whatever it's called, killing Key as well, turning off Tinker. Are we getting a Construct? Maybe they have a Dress Down then? Or they're just doing it on our upkeep to play around. They know my card's in my hand. Oh, they're just doing it on my upkeep for fun. Okay. Yep. You got it. All right. Our best draw is Black Lotus. Another good draw would have been Relic of Progenitus, or Relic of Sauron. Well, I mean, it's just putting the cards in exile, so it's pretty clear to see what they did, and it says it in the log. I think it's a big deal. Dredging up some oldies, but goodies. There's a Wasteland. You can see in this game exactly why I didn't want to bring in Dismember, right? It just doesn't matter. Dismember is not a card that matters. All we need in this game, in these matches, is to draw as many rings as possible, as many spells. You need to put as many spells on the stack that opponent must answer as you can. And unfortunately, in this game, we put up 2 must answer. We put 3. I guess you could say Saga for 2, right? So we put a Saga on the stack, we put a Vault Key on the stack, and we put a ring on the stack. And my opponent had Ancestral, so they easily answered all of them. And there's just like no real counterplay in this current like 75 or 75 setup. And they just hold this Wasteland for more Sagas. Very smart play. And we just let our opponent basically draw us out of this game. So at some point, my opponent will buy a Lurrus, replay a Lurrus, and loop baubles to draw 2 cards every turn. Are we the last match? Because I can concede if we are. Okay, we're not the last match. We're only 26 minutes in. Feels like I've been here forever. All right, my opponent hit Gataxian Probe Merchant Scroll off of this Questing Druid, so they can Merchant Scroll for a Force of Will. All right, I'm just going to concede, chat. I don't think there's any point in playing this out anymore. But that's kind of the nature of our deck. We present those turn 1 kills, and we also get beat by control. So... All right, here we are. We are now in the 6th round of 7 rounds in this Vintage Challenge, 70 players. A win here will put us in a very good spot, where a loss will probably make it so it's not very likely for us to get in. So we definitely are looking to win. Obviously, we're always looking to win, but this is a pretty important round. This hand has the coveted... Well, it doesn't have the coveted Mox Sapphire Saga Time Walk, but it has a lot of mana. It has a Time Walk, and... Man, I can't Mystical for like a turn 1 Tinker with Time Walk, right? What about if I Mysticaled for a Demonic and Demonic for a Ring? Can we do that? So if we go Underground Sea, Jet, Time Walk, Mystical. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I think I need 7 mana for that play, and I can't do that play. I mean, this is still probably a keep, just going Saga, play my Mox, and out, go. All things considered. But I was like looking to see if we could like do something cool with... It would have to be Mystical Time Walk, a Mystical Demonic for Ring, but I think, like I said, I'm 1 short because I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, 5 mana, 3 mana, and I need 4 mana. I guess I could technically do that play and get a Time Vault. But I'm going to keep this hand. Obviously, this is a Saga Gaming hand. It has the risks inherent in a Saga Gaming hand, but we have a Time Walk and a Mystical. We do kind of want to protect our Underground Sea from Wasteland with this Saga as well. I don't know. This feels like a hand that I'm supposed to keep. I could see someone mulliganing it, though. It's possible. It's possible. I wouldn't say that's a guaranteed thing, but it's definitely possible that it's a win and in. It's a very important round, though. All right. Let's see what my opponent has for us here. I'm going to not play the script out. I think I would rather try to save the 3 life in case it's relevant than... I just don't see a lot of reason to play it. All right, Trop. It probably means they're on Oath. We might just be too fast for Oath if this Time Walk resolves, right? Ancestral. Drew Tinker. Interesting. I didn't choose to play any Flusterstorms, so there's nothing that I can Mystical Tutor for to protect myself. I think I would like to just play Time Walk, make constructs, do the attacking, and put my opponent on the back foot. Bait a win with Tinker on the next turn, force them to have force. Even if they have an Oath, it's not really a big deal, right? How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can go up to 9 mana. I could tinker with force backup, right? I just get a Lotus. I can't make a construct and tinker with force backup. What percentage of that time does that get there? Is that really better than making a second construct, though? I don't know. This is a situation I wish I was in more often. I feel like I don't have a good... So, like, I can do that. I can go mystical for force of negation, get a Lotus, get Lotus off of Saga, tinker with negation backup. I could also just get a key and tinker. Like, I can get a construct, get a key, and tinker. If I draw a land, I can still present lethal Vault Key. You'd rather mystical for recall? That's not even close to being on my radar. We can also just tinker for Citadel as is with extra constructs. This construct is dealing 5. I guess I don't have a lethal construct no matter what. If I get a negation, I get a Lotus. Let's try this play. I like it. Probably don't attack pre-combat just because we can get so many more artifacts. That just resolves? Well, now I'm missing my Vault Key. Jesus Christ. All right. Well. I bricked, chat. Wait, they just F6 through their turn, though. Oh, boy. If I had just done Vault Key Tinker, I would have won, but right. My opponent F6 through their turn, so upkeep Nature's Claim? But Beseech costs 2, friend. Looks like they have a Beseech in their hand. I bricked again! I don't think my play was a punt. It just didn't work. So they are on Oath. So now they can Beseech my Citadel here. They know I have a negation, so they probably should. Oh. I don't know. I'll just negate it, right? Like, what am I doing here if I'm not negating this? I know my opponent deck plays 5 to 6 forces, but I don't know if that's like a reasonable enough thing. Saga, am I going to brick again? No, that time I didn't brick. Or Oath does not currently run Force of Vigor in the main, no. All right, we locked this game up, but it was pretty much a complete mess, so. Classic. We might not have even been supposed to win this game. Now they have negation. Wait, they have mana drain? What? So are they playing the crop rotation oath deck? This is big news, actually. My opponent just showed us Mana Drain. Let me go find the last crop rotation oath deck so I have a better idea of what's in it. If I were my opponent, I probably would have just conceded after that misclick. I don't know. There was definitely, if my opponent was on crop rotation oath, though, the make 2 constructs line was like much, much better, right? Make 2 constructs and tinker into Vault Key, make them have a force. Probably was much, much better. Crop rotation, Oath of Druids. This matchup seems a lot worse for us also. Like a more controlling oath deck is going to be a really bad for us. Let me just take the last Maharu list. I would much rather them have show and tell, right? So this is what I think my opponent's probably on. Atraxos, Jace, crop rotation. This one doesn't have any mana drains. I should look for a list that has mana drain, because you wouldn't just add mana drain yourself. You would only play mana drain if you copy pasted a list that would for some reason have mana drain in it. Wait, there are no lists with mana drain in it? Okay, I have no fucking idea what's going on. All right. Oath. I'm gonna bring in a cage and a needle. And I don't know, man. Well, I did. I searched the last year. Did he play it before the last year? Maybe. I searched like a whole year ago for crop rotation, mana drain, Oath of Druids. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. There's no Sean list with it either. I have absolutely no clue what's going on. All right, I need to put 2 cards out to play Cage and Needle. I don't think I'm going to play any other of my things here. I'm going to take out like Mystical Tutor and Expedition Map. It's probably fine. Maybe I think Masticore is probably fine. I might play Karn, to be honest with you. And then cut this Mental Misstep. This Mental Misstep doesn't hit anything besides Ancestral, right? Oh, unless they play crop rotation. Metamorph kind of seems good. I don't know. Maybe they don't play crop rotation. Maybe they just play Mana Drain. I know this hand doesn't cast anything, chat, but I'm pretty sure it's worth keeping. We have a force. We just need to draw into mana. I've got multiple payoffs that they have to counter. All right, opponent, I see you. I brought in the needle mostly because of Oko. Oko is really good against our deck. Also hits Beseech, I guess. White. Blue. Lorien? No. I don't know what's going on. Green. White. Oath? Just let this Oath go. They have Null Rod. All right. Glad I let the Oath go. Mox? 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 Cage. So should I just like not play around Vigor? Go Needle Beseiju? All right. I mean, I have to Needle Oko still, right? Just put them both in play now. Oh, I think I'm just supposed to put them in play. Probably should have gone the other way too. Negation, show and tell. Wait, so they're show and tell oath, but they just have mana drain in their deck? Okay, sure. Top deck Forbidden Orchard. We have the ring gives us protection from Oath Trigger, by the way. Land, 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 land. Fuck. Classic. It's such a classic. Uh-oh. Mystical? What is this mystical for? Ancestral, I guess. My opponent has drawn slightly better than us here. Unlucky. Something, something. Lorien is not a full fetch. Yeah. Don't hurt me like that. All right, so they are just show and tell oath. It's interesting. They hit Orchard immediately. All right, this is still fine if I draw the mana to play a ring this turn. I hate this game so much. It's so sad, man. All right. We played this game so well, too. We countered all the right things. We just hit nothing off the top. They even had the negation for my my cage. They have Yogwill in the deck. They have Veil in the deck. Oh, they hit nothing off of this. I guess they hit Beseech. They hit Strip Mine. So they have Strip Mine in the deck too. Interesting. They're like a hybrid version of a couple of decks I tried playing. They took Force Beseiju, Sapphire Show and Tell. Not Strip Mine? Oh, I freaking clicked the Show and Tell away. What, are they going to Show and Tell here? Oh, they drew Demonic for turn. Sick. Noted. This game is so easy if I draw a land, by the way, because I just play a ring, it blanks their oath trigger, and I draw a bunch of cards, play another ring, blank their oath trigger. They are playing so many veils, chat. What is going on? Force, oath, strip. They got the strip back after shuffling it. They have double Force Beseiju and Narset now. Man, I really dislike this oath build. It's all the cards I don't want people to play that I've been trying to get people not to play. It's kind of funny. No, this is just show and tell oath with like all the tech cards that I don't play. Ponder, Yogwill, Veil of Summer. I'm sure they have like a Gaia's Blessing in there. Narset. I hate Narset in this deck. Narset's so bad in this deck. It's not a bad deck, but it's just like all the cards that I've cut from my deck because I don't think they're good. And Mana Drain, of course. Let's not forget Mana Drain. Just gonna see if they trigger Oath again, just so I have a better understanding of what's going on here. I don't know why they're playing Mana Drain. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, Narset's like really pretty weak in general. I agree. They're gonna vamp. Ramping into a Traxa where you need white mana is not a real thing. I think you can unrestrict Narset, actually. I think Narset's totally unrestrictable right now. Energy Flux. Holy shit. It's like they saw my deck and someone else's deck and merged the two. Because I had an Energy Flux in a bunch of my sideboards. They have a Null Rod and an Energy Flux. Classic combination gaming. All right, well, now we have a better idea of what's going on. We know they're not playing like the crop rotation control Oath deck, so that's good. All right, I mean, we just run it back. I don't even think that's true because most decks didn't even play for Narset. I just don't think Narset's good right now. There's too many creatures. There's not that many people playing draw spells. All right, I mean, I have to keep this, right? And just hope that they don't have the Beseech Strip Mine or that kind of stuff. I guess I get to start off here with Lorien revealed, so that's kind of nice. I cut Narset for almost all lists. There aren't really Xerox draw spell lists either. Like, I don't think Narset would be played very much in this meta. I'm not going to lie to you. And also, all the best blue lists are playing Lurrus. I don't think Narset has any problem being unrestricted right now. All right, I got my opponent to force my Lorien revealed, so hopefully my Time Vault can kill them. I swear to God, they just fucking turn one Oath me anyways. With Orchard. All right, I didn't get turn one Oath. It's good. Oh, am I getting Vigored on my upkeep? They have Vigor? We didn't see any Vigors before. Wait, this is Vampiric? Okay. That's kind of a weird timing to Vampiric. So they're just going to go for Oath, and we're just going to... I mean, they can't go for Oath. We have a Saga. I mean, maybe they can just get a Vigor. Do we hold our Time Vault? Does it make sense to hold our Time Vault? Do we gain anything from holding our Time Vault? I guess we can simply make a construct, right? And then we can see if we get Vigored. We have to get Vigored, right? Like, you can't just get an Oath here knowing I could have a Cage in my deck. Maybe they have Null Rod, which we have to go Construct. All right, I think we just wait and go Construct. They didn't play any Moxen on turn one, though. They tutored for Black Lotus. And then they're going to Flux me. Are they going to play Null Rod Oath? I just get Cage. It's Null Rod Oath. All right. We have a pretty extensive board here. Well, I have to hope this is good enough. That's all I have left in life. They don't have another land drop, so it's not like they can besiege you. I think they just killed themselves is what I think that happened. I'm pretty sure my opponent did not make the correct choice with Vampiric Tutor. I definitely don't like the play my opponent made from their side of the table. They kind of have to draw a land and have Beseech in hand already to win this game. Or have Force of Vigor in their deck, of course. Well, they don't know I have Cage, right? Or no, they do know I have Cage because they saw in game 1. They did hit the land drop, though. So Time Walk, Beseiju, maybe just having it right now. I haven't drawn anything, so... Are they just going to Beseiju the Construct? Oh, they have Abrupt Decay? They have all the craziest cards. I don't think they're beating these Spirit tokens, unfortunately, now. I guess they could have Upkeep Beseiju now. Last card Beseiju. Kill the Cage. Nope. What a weird version of the deck. Very cool. Wow, I feel like we got really lucky. Oh, I feel like we got so lucky. We were going to draw the Workshop. That's kind of interesting. We can turn off triggers with the ring. Metamorph. Something. Well, maybe we top 8 today. That'd be pretty cool. Not gonna say we will, because there's definitely a chance we don't, but we're in a good spot. Okay, here we go, chat. We are in the 7th and final round of this 70-player Vintage Challenge. We're up against Eternal Weekend top 8 competitor from last year. Maybe finals competitor? I can't remember exactly where HJ placed, but it was a good run. So we're going to play against HJ probably on some kind of controlling deck, some kind of cantrip deck, probably blue-black Lurrus, but I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up on that Questing Druid one either. See what happens. HJ is HJ. MTG top 8. Vintage. Please. Eternal Weekend. If I search. Event. Eternal Weekend. Search. Eternal Weekend. Wait, where is it? I can't even find it. 2022 Eternal Weekend. Not on MTGO. Yeah, Hans. Can't even find it on It's kind of weird. I can't find it on MTG Top 8. Vintage Eternal Weekend 2022 NA. Yeah, Hans Jacob HJ. Jeskai Lurrus, 2nd place last year. Eternal Weekend. Pretty sure he has other top 8s, maybe wins in Legacy as well. Kind of a beast. Super strong, like traditional blue player. Legacy GPs. 4 seasons. Etc. etc. Delver. All right. Anyways, am I recording already? Yikes. Sorry about that, chat. Here we go. Lurrus has been revealed. We're on the draw. We have double Saga. Probably just to keep against a blue-black Lurrus. Keeping double Saga seems like it makes a lot of sense. This hand unfortunately doesn't have like, early rings and stuff, but we've got a way to play through. Should just be against like normal blue-black Lurrus deck. Shouldn't have that many tools against us. They'll have a bunch of spell pierces. Oh, he's on Joe's list with Dark Confidants. Interesting. Black Lotus Ancestral? Black Lotus Time Walk. You got it. Soul Ring Saga? Soul Ring Key. C. Put Lurrus in hand. Dark Confidant. Good God. All right. It's a pretty powerful start. Couple restricted cards. Strip Mine. Oh boy. They play a Strip Mine. I can't get my mana off Saga here. Oh, they have their own Saga. Jeez. Kind of a ridiculous start. Put Lurrus in hand. They have Lurrus Black Lotus. We're pretty sure we're going to copy this Dark Confidant here. We are so far behind in this game. It's crazy. My Bob. It was an artifact Bob. Probably just going to get like freaking Bowmastered. Probe? Oh my, we're just so doomed. This draw was so strong. Oh boy. This is like one of the most powerful draws you can probably have from this deck. This deck doesn't have very many powerful draws. How many transmutes do I play? 2. I don't know. Pretty sure I just take this hit because I need to draw cards and I'm super far behind. I think the percentage chance of us winning this game is in the low 10% area. They have a Wasteland too? What? Dark Confidant's so good when you can't answer it. All right, first flip. Take 5 from Lorien Revealed. God bless. How do I win? How do I win? I'm so dead. It's crazy. So I can cycle Lorien Revealed and Mystical for something and then go for like Tinker, but I don't even have like a lot of life left. I'll probably have to chump a Construct token this turn. They hit Bowmaster! Am I dead? This Bowmaster shoots my Dark Confidant. Oh. This Bob was so good. Black Lotus, Time Walk, Bob, Soul Ring. I like picked a hand. I kept my hand because it was like pretty good at grinding, but my opponent just like slammed all their broken cards. That's happened a couple times today. Kind of makes me wish I just like mulligan into it. It's like super hard to like mulligan into a hand that's like, oh, all in turn 1 ring when my opponent's deck is playing like 6-7 forces, right? But I don't know. This probably just gets a jet. And then they can go Bowmaster, kill Dark Confidant, attack for 6, put me to 3, strip mine my Saga. Okay, how do I win this game? Assuming my opponent has 0 forces in their hand, how do we win this game? We're at 3. We can't Ancestral. We can Mystical for Tinker, and Tinker with a top and 3 life, but that's not very good. If we get a ring, All right, first thing we should do is cycle and spin. Transmuting into the One Ring is not the best play. If we just spin into a ring, though... Even a ring is not that good, right? They have a Bowmaster. So we're drawing a Black Lotus. So if I draw this Black Lotus... and then I mystical for... Tinker... So I draw, I use this petal. I draw my Black Lotus for 3 mana. I use this petal to get Tinker. I have 6 mana. I can Tinker with six mana. I can Tinker with 3 mana to get a Time Vault. I'm 1 short? I'm pretty sure I'm 1 short of Vault Key. I have... Draw Black Lotus, Mystical for Tinker, untap with 6 mana, Tinker down to 3 mana, Transmute down to 0 mana. If this Lotus Petal was a Sapphire, I would have it. No, that's including playing the land. I'm including the land because I lose the petal. I have 6 mana. If I just naturally draw the Lotus, what about then? I don't actually gain mana, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Draw, mystical draw. Set is down to 6. I mean, I should still just naturally draw the Lotus. Wait. What if I... No, because my Transmute needs to pay for more. Wait a second. No, but I need a top to draw. Oh, but I can transmute the top, but I need the top to draw. So I can't do that. Because I need to use my top to draw. What if I transmute top plus Bolus Citadel good enough? Have you seen my current life total? Well, I needed the land from Lorien no matter what. And I was almost always going to... I think I was always going to... Maybe I could have held the cycle. Nah, there's no Yogg-Well, or that's the first thing I would have done probably. So we could take Time Walk and then transmute for a Time Vault and try to top deck key. I go transmute on top, draw with top, Time Walk on top, draw with top, Time Walk, play my land, use 4 mana, transmute for a Time Vault, and then try to draw key. I could just tinker for... If I tinker for Paradox Engine, I am 1 card short, right? Because if I draw Tinker and I cast Tinker... and then I transmute, it untaps, but it doesn't help me. That's short on a card. If I tinker for a ring, I think the Time Walk line is my best line. Just tie to top deck. I think it's definitely possible I missed something here. It's kind of a hard spot. Let's just go Time Walk. Draw. I can't Ancestral. Sorry. That's just not a play I'm willing to make here. My opponent is pausing like they have a counter anyways, so maybe none of this actually matters, but I need to pay 4 here. All right, they had a Force of Will the whole time, so nothing I did mattered. Cool. I thought I had to cycle with Lorien because I needed the land drop. And that was true. I thought for sure I was mysticaling at the end step, though. But it didn't really matter. Well, nothing really mattered. My opponent had a force, but happens. So I can play, technically I can play Wormcoil and Sphinx if I want to. I don't know if that's actually good, though. I don't think Karn is good. Don't think Dismember is good. Kind of like Lantern usually. It's not really true that they can't beat Wormcoil. They can just like make construct tokens. They have basically nothing in their sideboard. They're just basically playing the... Oh my god, they're on 8 forces. They are on 8 Force of Will, 8 Force of Will and Force of Negation total. 2 Spell Pierce, 1 Flusterstorm, 1 Drown in the Lock, 8 forces. This is a Bob deck? This is a Bob deck? Okay. That's certainly something. Huh. I don't need Chain here. This deck is wild, though. I feel like I don't need Massacre either. I'm just never resolving my spells, right? There's just a 0% chance. Oh, these negations are terrible. My opponent's playing no win cons, so no Time Vault, no Key, no Twister. They're full control. That's very much HJ's style. That's very much HJ's style. I think I'm just going to bring in Needle and K... Just Needle. Take out these cards. I don't know how we're supposed to... There's so much counter magic. They don't even have... This misstep, it looks terrible, right? Maybe I will bring in the Karn. My cards do not look good versus their deck, which is kind of crazy because I thought they did look good versus their deck. Mind Break Trap's actually not good against their deck unless they have exactly the start they just had, right? He'll bring in Karn on the play. Oh boy. I did not realize that was happening. 8 forces is crazy. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that starting play. Ugh. Immediately draw the hand with all my payoffs and no workshops. Can't keep this. The problem is every time I mulligan, the game gets harder for me, right? Because my opponent has 8 forces. It's just doomed. It's just so doomed. No, I need as many hits as I can get. I can't afford to not have hits. Probably just can't afford to ever cast 2 rings here anyways, right? All right. Maybe I could if this thing doesn't get wastelanded, but the problem is, like, not only do they have 8 forces, but they also have double spell pierce, right? Well, maybe I have a turn here to top deck a land or Moxen then before I can get spell pierced. But they're on the draw with 8 forces. It's like crazy, right? Punished for playing Lorien Revealed, I guess. What do I even do? It's just doesn't matter. Just have to. Triple island cycling seems like throwing the entire game and losing immediately. So I'm gonna choose not to do that play. But I appreciate your opinion. Yep. Maybe they'll die to their own Bob. I don't really think this works either. I guess I can draw into workshop. I don't know. Guess it's time. Just trying to draw cards. I thought these Lurrus decks might be an okay matchup because they're choosing not to play the best cards against these kind of decks in Null Rod and Collector Roof, but it just doesn't seem to really matter. Our hands haven't been good for what it's worth, right? We haven't had like Workshop Mox Ring in any of our games here, but my opponent is on Drown in the Lock, which is going to counter any of my spells as well. Yep. Yeah, I mean, we mulled hard, right? We mulled our 7 and our 6. And our turn and our 5 didn't even produce turn 1 play anyways. I don't know if I would consider Drown playable in Vintage. It is a card people are registering. I don't know if that exactly makes it playable. I guess I can wait one more turn and see if I draw a force. Demonic Tutor. That's pretty bad for me too. I mean, I had a win in, and I did not win, so I'm not in. It's quite straightforward. It's sad, but it's true. I feel like we ran really hot to get here. I don't think this deck is very good. But when you draw Workshop Mox to play turn 1 Ring, the deck is pretty good, right? So they just have a Saga plus Time Walk off of this. Sick. Sick. Great. Oh boy. So now they can't die to their Dark Confidant because this Saga can hit a Skull Clamp. My opponent has had like 10 Dark Confidant triggers in this set, and they've hit 0 Lorien, 0 Force of Will, right? And we had 1 Dark Confidant trigger, and it immediately hit Lorien. God bless. Well, this was an uneventful set of games. And our breakers suck, so we're not even going to top 8. Crazy. Damn. All right, chat. Unfortunately, even though I started 4-0, my breakers were not helpful. Even with both of my losses being to players in the top 8, we just did not have the requisite opponent match win percentage to get in there. So 10th place, 5-2. Not a bad outing, all things considered, especially for a random brew that I threw together. The deck works pretty well when you draw Workshop Mox Ring, and when you don't draw Workshop Mox Ring, the deck does not work pretty well. That was my evaluation of the deck. I probably don't recommend this. I was hoping it would be like better than Jewel, but I'm not even sure that that's true. And so not a huge fan. The Ring is a really powerful card, but it's a really hard card to get into play. It's a Force of Negation target. It kind of requires you to play Workshop or Ancient Tomb or Grim Monolith or something. So although this card is very powerful and definitely a vintage power level card, even when you play it in Vintage, you like sometimes have to, you draw 1 card and pass the turn, and your opponent's like, ha, nice 4 mana draw 1. I kill you. So I don't know. Overall, I think even though we went 5-2 with this deck, I don't think I was very impressed. But I'm sure more people will brew with the Ring in the future. More things will happen, and maybe someday it'll come back in the metagame in a refined form. Until then, who knows? I'll see you for more vintage content on my YouTube channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. See you then.